Well, good morning, everybody. It is now the 24th of September, 2024. We're starting to run out of September already. Isn't that amazing? Only another week left of September. It is 6:55 a.m. and it is 65 degrees outside. So things are warmer in Pahrump and a little warmer than I am paying for all those 70-degree days this summer, because check out the forecast in Pahrump this week. This is not making me happy at all. 99 today, 99 tomorrow, Thursday 100, Friday 101, Saturday 102, Sunday 100, Monday 99, Tuesday 99, Wednesday 95, and finally Tuesday of next week we get down into the 80s. Thank goodness. But we've got some hot days ahead of us. Good thing there's a pool here. I can play volleyball. I can go to the pool, hang out, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to be fine. It's okay. And let's get a good shot of here. You can see little dotty dot in the background. And we're going to be going over our comments. And the first one on yesterday's RV trailer cleaning solution, not sponsored, no sales pitch. That's all in the title, because like I'm there like holding something and it looks like I'm going to sell you this from Whamco or whatever that old TV thing was. No, I'm not selling stuff to you. No links. No. I'm just talking about my personal struggles with keeping the RV clean with a vacuum cleaner that's small enough for a 21-foot trailer, but powerful enough for cat, dog, my stuff. And I had a battery operated one made by Hart, and it just wasn't doing the job. It was like, it was frustrating. So I ended up buying this one from Home Depot that instead of having a battery, it plugs in, and I realized I don't need one with a battery. I've got the power bank, I've got my inverter, I've always got the ability to plug in, so let's just do that. And it ends up being more power because it's 120 volt, and it's just better suction, and so far so good. Anyway, Rod Hot in the Desert says, ironically, I just asked for your recommendation on vacuums a few weeks ago. Sadly, many of the Chinese options lack power. I'm interested to see how much power the plug draws when you're boondocking. I'm not sure, I'd have to get out my little monitor thing. And I'm just not going to bother doing that, because the amount of time, I don't care how much it's pulling, because I'm only using it for a minute a day. Right? So let's say it pulls 500 watts. It's not going to pull anywhere near 500 watts, but that would be ridiculous, right? And you divide it by 60, so that's 8 watts a minute. All right. So there's no way it's going to, and really, if you buy a vacuum, all you have to do is look on the label, and it gives you the wattage, and that'll tell you how much it is. So I probably about 150 watts divided by 60. It's 2.5. So 2 minutes of vacuuming is going to be 5 watts. It's nothing. If you have an inverter and batteries, do not worry about how much a vacuum cleaner is pulling, unless you're like doing it for extended periods and you got bigger problems. Okay, so trust me, it's not a big deal. Lisa on the same one says, I looked at mine to see what brand it is, but all it is a big letter W. So I have no clue. I bought it after seeing yours when you showed us your trailer. Mine is rechargeable and works fine. Good for you. I have one on the kindness of a stranger, and this is a positive news story about really, I thought it was part of the story was terrible, where this kid was in love with his little stuffed animal, and they left it in a Las Vegas hotel, and they went back to Texas, and the hotel had it. That was the good news. The bad news is they wouldn't mail it to her. Even if she sent them a prepaid package and the tape, they said, no, we're not going to. Somebody has to come in and pick it up. We're not going to go to any effort at all to help you. And the article didn't name the hotel. And I know why. The same reason I wouldn't have named it either is for fear of the hotel, the corporation suing me or threatening to sue me, or that just happens all too often these days on social media, that big companies go after folks that have critical things to say. So I don't do that. So Ken Gray says, absolutely epic. It was a great story because the happiness was they got someone to pick it up and bring. Not only did this woman pick it up and bring it back to California or to Texas, but she chronicled in pictures of the stuffed animal's journey. It was very heartwarming, and it made a little boy very happy. So I'm going to call this the vacuum video. Rose says, looks like a cool modern diva machine for a cool place you have. Cool video from your side of the USA. Happy trails, safe travels. And there's a read more thing here, and it says, hugs to Dottie and George. I'm not sure what a diva machine is. Someone explain it to me. But it sounds like it sounds good. John McFarlane on the same video, double check the throat of it. I thoroughly cleaned my Dyson thinking it was the problem. It was very narrow throat and something was clogging that. And I think this comes from people that watch just part of the video and then go and comment. Because at the beginning I'm complaining about my thing not working. And then I explained that I went and bought a new one. So it's a little late to go to try to fix the old one. And I think I mentioned it. I'm not positive. I did give away the old one to a neighbor, and I did, before I gave up on the old one, I cleaned it thoroughly. I'd done it many times because I know that the performance can be affected by clogs, and it's pretty simple. I mean, there's just a straight line from the nozzle into where the vacuum's created. And yeah, I tried that. And my neighbor took it and she really cleaned it thoroughly. She's happy with it, but she doesn't have any animals. Robert Ballard, my long form video, I got lucky at Tire Works in Pahrump. And that was about how Tire Works, the mechanic, really helped me out there. It was a wonderful thing. And Robert Ballard says, this is an outstanding location for service work. It's rare to find a store or shop that would gladly go the extra mile to make sure you and your car are happy. If I'm in the area and need help, we'll stop there for sure. Nomads forever. And on Preferred RV Resort Tour that's back from the spring, Billy Ecken, I was in B row across from the laundry at this filming. You can see it on there, the beige Winnebago. Oh, cool. And he also says quite a few things have changed since this taping, but basically the same place. I read this yesterday. I don't know what he's talking about. I'm back here. I've been back here for a week. The only changes I've seen is they remodeled the kitchen, and the kitchen looks amazing. It looks really great. And everything else seems the same or better to me. Maybe I'm missing something. Who knows? Lynette says, on the kindness of a stranger, the stuffed animal story. Thank you. We need more stories. Right. We need these stories right now. Chip Miller says on the vacuum, I've had 2 Shark vacuum cleaners, large models for home use. They were great and last forever. Dirt Devil vacuum is another good one. Good to know. Good to know that. Barb, hello Barb. Shark is a good brand. I ended up getting a 1-gallon wet dry shop vac. I use my generator to power it. However, it doesn't take long in my RV. Doesn't take long. That's what I was saying. Power consumption of a vacuum cleaner, unless you have a very restricted battery source, it shouldn't be a big deal, only because of the short duration that you have the motor running. Renee, on the comments video, YouTube added that RO to my login. I think it's she's referring to her name. If I'm ever lucky enough to meet in person, I'll explain my name to you. My given name is Irene. I changed my login on Facebook and YouTube so I didn't have to see all the election comments last time. Your health decisions are your own business. It's different if your doctor advises. And I think that's probably in response to something I said about personal health comments or something. I don't remember, but it sounds like me. Naj, hi Rob, a YouTuber watch who lives in Arizona says, this is on a comments video, he leaves the hood of his truck open because it discourages the rodents. He says they have a rodent problem and no longer has nesting in the engine compartment. Yeah, I've seen that a lot too. You see it in quartzsite a lot, people with their hoods up. Robert Ballard, I'm a bit late to the comment party, but normally disc rotors are rated at 80,000 miles of life before replacing them. However, towing can shorten the life. Check them often, especially the fronts. Stay safe. M. Campbell, I wondered, is it Ask Me Anything video? Is that something you guys would be interested in? And I could give you more of my backstory and all the jobs I've done and places I've lived, and you can ask anything. So this is the only response I got to that. So I'm thinking that maybe this isn't something that people are particularly interested in, because that's the only response I got. And she said, I'd love to know George's backstory. I'll tell you right now. A lady at work said, hey, my family member had a litter of kittens, and they're bringing next week they're bringing 2 out to me. I only want 1. Do you want the other one? Showed me a picture of George. I said yes. That's it. And George never went to a vet until this past year, and now George has never left the trailer. Doesn't want to. Handsome 526, an old video Pahrump tour for visitors. He said, I went there with my grandfather and grandmother to go visit my mom's uncle, John Monte Sr., who retired there from boxing. And he's a real deal boxer. I looked it up. Golden Gloves champion, 1961. Cool uncle. Judy. And today is Tuesday. Judy's going to be here right across from me. All things going right. Knock on wood. I don't have any wood. Someone out there listening, knock on a piece of wood. You need luck to get Judy here. She had car trouble, but it ended up being just a bad ground or something. All right. Mice in queue, meaning quartzsite. I always park a little far from any vegetation for a few reasons. One is mice, also for snakes and critters. They can still get in, but I don't want to make it easy. So far I've never had a problem. Also, I tried that finger thing for sneezing, and I just sneezed on my hand. I told everyone that this ear, nose, and throat doctor said if you're about to sneeze, put pressure right here under your lip. And I hope it didn't work for Judy, obviously, but you do have to put pretty hard pressure on it. You got to push pretty hard. I noticed when I first tried it, it didn't work, only because when I put a lot of pressure on it, it worked for me every time. So try pushing harder next time, Judy, and let us know if you sneezed on your hand again. A short on my new camp of about a week old. Nash says it's awesome, surrounded by friends. I see Dottie's e-bike chariot. Yeah, I got a little trailer for Dottie. I don't use it here much though. Your version, John Cooper says, your version of rotating your rotors is called resurfacing. I don't know if it's my version. It's the mechanic's version. I think he said maintenancing your rotors or churning your rotors. I don't know what he said. Your rotors are put on a brake lathe and cut to get a clean cut, so you not have any pulsating brake pedal or vibration or seat or steering wheel. If you have any of these issues, it's caused by warped rotors, can cause squeaks, and I did not have any of those issues. and they charged me just a little bit to do the rotor maintenance. Kindness of a stranger on the stuffed animal. Speechless, John. Same guy. Randy says, sweet lady, good on her. I still have mine. So Randy has a stuffed animal from childhood. She still has it. I wonder what it is. John, again, my thoughts I love about the nomad community. And he says, that's very well said. Words do hurt, even when you don't think so, they do. That's true. Words are important. Robin, I had a short of a close-up of the koi fish in the little garden here that I love. I love fish ponds. My grandparents on my father's side had a pond on the side of their house. I would sit out there for hours watching and listening, and the entire back after the yard was just natural growth. So they had raccoons, deer, pheasant, and other friends come visit daily. How sweet. That's nice. MJMOHN. I don't know how you pronounce that, but that's the screen name. Hi, while there are many ways to repel rodents, we chose to utilize the peppermint essential oil plan. Rodents had a very sensitive odor detection. Those goodies in the cupboard, and the strong aroma of peppermint essential oil is a powerful deterrent for rodents while keeping the rig pleasant with a nice scent for us humans. Other campers in many of the same locations experienced rodents who did nothing for rodent deterrence while we did and were rodent free. So that, let me point out, that has some credibility. I've said so often, there's so many theories on this, and people say, I did this and I didn't have rodents. Well, what was the control? And the control here was he's camping with people that are having rodent problems. He's putting peppermint essential oil on his, and he's not. That's some good value there. Yes, we agree it may not be a proven scientific method, but grandma's recipes often work better than laboratory tested store brands. We prefer to be proactive to prevent a problem from ever occurring, as well as good maintenance. We will not utilize poisons of any kind and prefer to keep it natural. Hope this helps. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That's good stuff. Hello, Randy again. And today, while we're spilling into today's videos, because this is only 40 minutes ago, but it was a new one today that I just released is Tiny Big Acts of Kindness. And this is about a woman who had a post on, I think, TikTok about she was in a hotel room with a friend after a big breakup, and she was crying, and the room service guy noticed, and he said, I'll be right back. And he left, and he came back with a cake that said essentially, it's all going to get better. I don't know if that's the right quote. But what followed when she posted that were just all these wonderful 1 or 2 sentence stories of acts of kindness that people experienced in similar circumstances. And she has a little cry face and a heart. So the traveling my funds are low. 1693. Okay. It says I had a mouse eat through my fuse box wiring. $800 later, back on my merry way. Oh boy. And I'm gonna refresh because I saw another one come through, so we'll do that one too. And that's from Ken Gray on the short that I just talked about. Lovely. I once got this note on my car when I lived in an apartment. Thank you so much for waving to me from your car the other day. I was having a bad day, and the rest of my day was great. Small kindnesses are never the wrong thing to do. What a great way to end this video today. Thank you, Ken. And thank you for watching me. I appreciate it. And I just love doing these comment videos. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.